Hey, it's Clint from Cranbrook Dodge, used car sales manager here at the dealership, and this is a 2023 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive. And I conveniently have it parked in the middle of a big puddle in our back lot here. The last month or so in BC has been incredibly hot, and half of our wilderness is on fire. However, recently though, we've had a spell of rainy weather, thankfully, and the last couple of nights being part of that. So we're happy to see a little bit of water on the ground. But anyway, this is the latest version of the Kia Sportage. Kia has really sort of gone after this like ultra futuristic looking kind of high tech styling. I actually kind of dig it. I don't know. Kias have been kind of hit or miss. You either like the body style of them or you don't. I would say that this latest version of the Kia Sportage is one that I kind of don't mind. The interior is kind of neat too. It's also kind of lends itself to the high tech sort of futuristic thing that they're trying to do here. LX is kind of an entry level trim package from Kia, but like a lot of the entry level trim packages now, it comes pretty feature packed with stuff that you might have only found on the more premium trim levels of the past. So let's climb in and take a look at the inside. Starting in the trunk area, it's not a power hatch on this one at the LX trim level, but it is, of course, central locking and stuff. You just don't have a button to open and close the hatch. The trunk area itself is what I would consider to be pretty big in what is considered to be a mid-sized sort of smaller SUV. There's not a whole heck of a lot going on back here. Otherwise, you do have a 12-volt outlet to plug in electronics back here, or a cooler. Of course, the seats go down, expanding the cargo area to the back of the front seats. And after having done that, I mean, you'd have like a considerable amount of cargo possibility in here. So having a look at the back seats next. You've got this sort of like high-tech looking pattern on the cloth interior, and there's like decent leg room back here too at the second row. So I mean, I don't know, we've had Sportages in the past with previous versions of this, and I don't know this for sure. This is my first time touring through the latest body style, but I'm thinking they must have made the entire vehicle a bit bigger, because it has rear leg room for the back seat while still maintaining what I would consider to be a decent amount of room in the trunk. So moving up to the front, starting on the door panel where you've got your normal stuff that you'd expect to find there, power windows and locks, and power adjustable mirrors. Kind of got some neat accents here with the door handles and kind of like a synthetic looking sort of carbon fiber textured insert there. And then on the seat itself, it is a manual adjusting seat on both sides, of course. There's that sort of, I don't know what you'd call that. It's kind of like a diamond cut houndstooth sort of looking texture in the seats, in that sort of gray, charcoal gray kind of color. And then climbing into the driver's seat, starting with the instrument cluster, where you can see we've got 63,747 kilometers on here at the time of the video. Displayed in the middle there is the sort of like driver assist screen, which this vehicle does come equipped with radar cruise and lane keep assist. The screen itself is kind of neat. It's like, I don't really know how to explain it. I mean, it's very rectangular and kind of lends itself to, I guess, sort of what we thought the future was going to look like 10 years ago. But then done in a way that's very up to date, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I think I like it. And The same sort of thing is going on the instrument panel there, or the center console, I guess I should say, too. The dash is very like minimalist but high tech looking. I don't know, I'm just making stuff up here to try and describe what this looks like to me, but I kind of like it. The steering wheel here is where we've got on the left hand side the controls for your Bluetooth and voice recognition, and then on the right hand side you've got the controls for navigating a few things in that instrument cluster there, like trip computers, fuel economy, that sort of stuff. I was messing around with it a little bit before. There's not really a whole bunch more there going on other than that. You've got the ability to turn on and off the lane assist feature here. Some people don't like the feeling of the steering wheel sort of nudging you back into the center, if you're the type of person that likes to hug the line when you're going around corners. To the left of the steering wheel, we've got the driver, or rather the instrument intensity light up or down here, with the traction control off and the electric park brake. And then the actual, back to that screen again. No satellite radio on this particular one, but you do have Bluetooth. I would assume pretty much everything now has Bluetooth audio, but also the ability to mirror the navigation from your phone onto here. Backup camera, no navigation, but a decent screen with some decent features for you know, what is the, I mean, let's not forget, this is basically the most entry-level version of the Sportage. So the fact that you're getting some of this stuff is pretty cool at the price point. You've got the climate control settings. It is just a one knob type of a setup. There's no driver and passenger settings on this one. Moving down, you've got 12-volt charging, as well as USB and USB-C, which, to the best of my understanding, is the what most of these like high speed charger type devices for phones and stuff are using. Automatic transmission, hill descent, auto hold, kind of mixed on that. I've mentioned it in other vehicles. Some of our vehicles have it now too, but basically it keeps the brake on when you get to a stoplight, even though you may let your foot off the brake, and it won't resume driving until you put your foot onto the accelerator pedal. I've been driving the old way for a long time, so my intuition is a little reluctant to accept this, but I can kind of understand why it might be convenient for some people. You've got your heated seats, and that's basically the vast majority of it. The interior itself, like I said, it sort of follows along with that kind of high-tech, sort of futuristic looking thing that Kia is going for on a lot of their inventory now. The Sportage is a smaller SUV, but it doesn't really feel like a smaller SUV in here. All-wheel drive, of course. I don't know. I'd be curious to know what anybody else thinks of this. This is the first time that I've sat in one, and it's, although obviously I'm an ambassador for the Jeep brand and still prefer the Jeep stuff, I do think that this is a pretty neat vehicle, and I would argue to say that Kia has done a half decent job here. So there you go. There's a 2023 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive. Hopefully that gives you an idea as to what this vehicle is all about. I'm just kind of learning about this vehicle myself today. I don't know. I think it's decent. It's a good price point with a good low payment. Being a 23, we can still get the long-term financing on this. If you have any questions about this vehicle that weren't in the video, please feel free to reach out to me directly if you like. My name is Clint. I'm the used car manager here at Cranbrook Dodge, as well as we've got a fully staffed sales department with folks that are ready to schedule an appointment to see this vehicle or get you going on a test drive on this or whatever else you might fancy to look at. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.